Hello, this is Running Robert, and today we'll be talking about the Cidara Therapeutics CDTX summary for the 3rd of April 2023. In the summary, we're going to be looking at the bullish and the bearish parts of everything that has occurred, including the approval, quarterly report, where the company moves from here. So I generally follow small cap pharma, I do games, I do kind of what I like on my channel. So if you like what I'm doing, hey, please like and subscribe, scroll through my other stuff, and thank you. Disclaimer is I do not currently own any shares in the company, but I did make money on the positive ADCOM earlier this year. I'm an amateur investor, and any advice given should be followed up by your own due diligence, and any information given is valid for today, the 3rd of April, and the slideshow will not be updated. But as we get new news, new slideshow. So the investment thesis. This is definitely a high risk, high reward type of company. The positives is I believe the company has positioned itself very well with enough cash to get through 2023 and maybe even 2024. And with the approval of their new drug, the company has its first approved product along with a partner in the US. They are also going for EU approval. We'll talk about that a little bit later. The Cloudbreak platform is interesting. It's unique, and it does have a partner actually going through the first stages of it. So this could be something that could be huge or not. We're not sure. Like I said, we're going to be talking about that a little bit later too. However, I'm sure, and I'm not going to say the drug name because I'm just going to butcher it. I'm not sure if it's going to generate enough money. And unfortunately, the Cloudbreak platform is still several years away. And they really don't have any other pipeline products in clinical trials. So that is a little bit more of the bearish side of it, which is why you have a high risk. But if it works well, high reward. We're going to talk about cash is king first. So per the annual report and the press release, the company had $32.7 million in cash at the end of Q4 2022. The company is eligible for a $20 million milestone payment based on approval. And they did have two separate dilution events. They had a dilution in March for $19.5 million. And they used their ATM to sell at the market. And they got about 8.9 from that. So we're going to do math. Total cash, 32.7 plus 20 plus 19.5 plus 8.9 gives us a grand total of $81.1 million. So it's a pretty good amount of cash for there. The net loss for the fourth quarter was $13.4 million and a little under $30 million for 2022. Now, does that, it's not, I'm not saying that maybe we have 2 or 2.5 years of cash. What we need to get an idea is what the collaboration revenue is going to be for 2023, as the company did spend $94 million on R&D and admin in 2022. So collaboration revenue is always a little awkward because the company does not tell you what they're going to get. We just know, hey, we're getting a milestone payment, we're getting this, we're getting that. So we're going to have to see how it kind of works itself out. I do believe with everything, they will probably easily get through 2023 with money. 2024, we'll have to see what their cash burn is for that. Okay, so the new drug. So the company will get a low double-digit to mid-teen royalties for sales in the US. I'm saying it's about 10 to 17%. And is eligible for about 370 million more in milestone sale payouts. And that is the Melinta deal. The company said that they're going to look for product release or the first sales somewhere in the summer of 2023. We're going to have to see how it sells. Antifungal or antibiotic drugs are not great sellers. And we'll talk a little about that in that last paragraph. But outside the US, the partner is Mundipharma, and is currently awaiting the MMA for Europe, which was accepted the 22nd of August, 2022. Normally it's 10 months. Europe is sometimes a little bit different, so we're expecting it in the summer, just not sure when. They do have the ongoing RESPECT study, which compares its drug against other microbial agents. That won't be done until the second half of 2024. So now there's a lot of pharma companies who have not been able to make a profit off of antimicrobial drugs. Now, I'm going to put a little asterisk by here. Synexis somehow got a sweetheart deal from GSK for its drug. Before then, I think the Synexis sales for 2022 with its antifungal drug was like 5 to 6 million. So, they got a great deal. Nothing wrong with that. But again, I'm not seeing those sales like Biotherapeutics and Nexus. I'm just not seeing a lot of those sales. So for me, it's kind of holding me back just a little bit. Now, Melinta might have a great sales deal. They might be able to do something, but it's a wait and see kind of thing. So not the Cloudbreak platform. So currently there is a clinical trial that is ongoing with completion in Q4 of this year. And after that completion and the results, Janssen will have 90 days to notify Cidara about further clinical development. That is going to be a very big day. So that most likely will happen early Q1 of 2024, but we'll have the results. I think the results right now are scheduled October, so we'll see. No other Cloudbreak program has really started clinical trials, so I'm really not putting any value to them. They're interesting for sure. But as far as clinical trials, when you start a phase 1, you will still have 5 to 10 years before you're even thinking about getting sales out. So we're just looking at the first one right now. And of course, that result we will know at the end of this year. So the summary is 2023 is definitely shaped up as a company changing year. Obviously, you're going from a clinical company to a commercial company. And I do believe Cidara could be poised for some great gains in 2023. I'm not, like I said, this is supposed to be a summary where I'm looking at both sides of it. And I'm unsure about this company. So, but we're going to have to look at the sales and the cash burn going forward. And that's really going to help us get this picture, a much better picture of what's going on. And really, everything doesn't have to go perfectly, because obviously if they can get Cloudbreak and Janssen results and further development, you're in great shape. So if the company does receive good amount of money from sales and the Cloudbreak platform goes forward, we definitely could see new highs in 2023. However, on the inverse side, poor sales and Janssen walking away could spell disaster for the company. So again, it's definitely a company that I would look to maybe throw a little bit in, depending on the circumstance. But I want to kind of get a little bit better of a picture, because obviously if something happens or they just cannot get any sales, we will never see Cloudbreak. Let's just be honest. And that's, I think, probably what they're looking at the future. But the drug now is to get them there. So I hope this helped. Probably confused more of you, just like me when I was writing it. I was kind of like, oh, this is positive and this is negative. And, I think we're just going to have to, for some of us, I'm going to sit on the sidelines until I get a little bit clearer picture. And then I will probably make a decision from there. But I think anyone going in at this amount, I think you have a good chance to make some good money on it. And, just make sure you know what the negatives are. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.